Hey gang, John Backrella here with the Lake St. Clair Fishing Report, brought to you by Sportsman's Direct. It is Wednesday, November 12th. Water temperature at Belle Isle has crashed again from 52 down to 42. And I said in the last report that, if we keep doing reports every 2 weeks and we get 10 degrees out of every report, we're going to be down to that ice-making point in no time at all, and we are headed that way. So one more report like that, and we're going to be, if it goes from 42 to 32, that'll be an absolute miracle. I don't think it's physically possible for it to do that with Lake Huron still relatively warm. But, man, we are headed in the right direction. We've had lots of reports of skim ice along the shorelines and the back bays and the canals and stuff. Satellite images are going again now, and you can see from the satellite image from this last cold snap, and I think everybody experienced it up here in the northern area, that we had snow and it stuck around here for 2 days. Some areas got some really heavy lake effect, like I was watching over watching radar the other day, and like all across going across towards from Sarnia over towards the 401 across on 402, they just got hammered, and I don't know, they might have got feet of snow over there, I don't know. But so some areas really got hit hard. Our snow's gone out here now, but it did what it was supposed to do. The temperatures crashed. Water temperatures going in the right direction. That's the good news. The bad news is we had a lot of wind, and it's just been miserable if you've been trying to get out and fish. But, so that's just part of the game, right? This time of the year, we need the howling winds and the cold temperatures to suck all of those BTUs out of the lake and to get us to the point where we can finally make ice. So, and we are definitely headed that way now. Looking again at that satellite image, not a great picture of Lake St. Clair, but you can see that most of the color is down there on that Canadian shoreline. Up around the American side, it still looks like there's some good clarity up in that area. So if you are going out in a boat, it shouldn't be bad out there. It should be actually pretty good conditions for trolling for walleyes right now. And speaking of walleyes, they're going at both ends, okay? Garrett Samsel is getting them up on the St. Clair River side, and Jerry Toner's been down there scoring on the Big D, getting some really nice fish down there. And those are those big Erie fish that are moving up, and they end up out here in the lake, and a lot of the shorecasters take advantage of them. Same thing with the guys trolling cranks down there on that southern end. I mean, this is big fish time, guys. So if you really want a wall hanger, now is the time to go. Guys are casting from shore up on the St. Clair River. They're casting from shore down on the Detroit River, and all points in between along the lake, they're casting as well, and they're catching some fish. So it's just a matter of whether or not the weather plays nice and you can get out and take advantage of that nighttime bite on the walleyes. Not hearing much about perch. The weather's just been too horrible. I mean, guys really have not been fishing much. The last nice snap of weather that we had, guys were getting fish, and they were getting them kind of all over. They were getting them out in front of 9 Mile, out in front of the 400 Club, down on that far south end, down by the dumping grounds. Haven't had a lot of reports up on the north end, other than to say they were getting them around Grass Island, and there should be fish shallow up there now too on that north end. So basically right now for perch, if it froze tomorrow, where would you go? Think like that. And if you would go to fish some local canal, or you would go to fish some other area, if it froze tomorrow and you're going to put your boat in the water, go fish that area now, because the fish are probably there. So it really is that simple. So trying to think anything else. We're officially in dock season, right? So once we get to mid-November, a lot of guys will start fishing off the docks. Have at it if you've got access to a marina. Otherwise, there's docks in the Lake St. Clair Metro Park. It's that time of the year when it's dock season. So get out and take advantage of it. Let's see, what else? Smallies. Seen a lot of pictures online of some really big fish coming in. Okay, I've seen some 5s, seen some 6s, but man, there is nothing I've seen out there. Matter of fact, nothing I've seen in the last few years that tops the 7.4 that Brittany caught. What an absolute tanker. And a lot of you folks don't know, Brittany used to work for us a few years ago, and she hasn't been at the store for a while, but I like to keep tabs on her. She's a workhorse out there when it comes to chasing smallies on Lake St. Clair, and this is a fish of a lifetime, and she's entered into a very, very elite club, and that's that 7-pound club. There's not many people that can say that they caught a 7-pound smallie. So great job, Brittany. You deserved it, especially fishing in the conditions that we've had out here lately. And we've had some really, really horrific conditions. So great fish. And I mean, like I said, what more can I say? So congratulations. Awesome fish. Musky fishing. Captain Quintano, Jason Quintano of Fins and Grins Charters. This is that time of the year when pretty much most of the guides and charter captains are done for the season. And I know Jason just put up the Calypso, which is their trolling boat. And I was following them on Facebook. And they went the entire season without a skunk in the box, meaning they got a muskie, at least one muskie, every single trip trolling out there this year. I think that's incredible. How many of you guys that target muskies can say that? Probably not too many, if any of you guys. So that is just a testament to the skill and knowledge of Jason Quintano with his experience out here on Lake St. Clair. So awesome job, Jason. I guess I don't think you pulled your casting boat out yet, right? So you're still going to be going out there chasing muskies, casting when the weather permits. But hopefully you have just as great of a season next year, and hopefully your casting season finishes out great, and you can get some of those big tankers casting. So, but a little bit more about the musky fishing. We are hearing guys catching them from shore as well. And I've actually had some decent reports finally from that spillway area, but not down at the mouth, kind of more up in the actual spillway itself, further inland. So if you've been just working down there at the mouth, maybe take a trip and work your way back up, or you can access it up at that Harper Road access point as well too. So maybe these fish are moving up in there. It hasn't been as good on the spillway since they've changed that dam. They finally repaired that dam, so there isn't a constant flow coming through at the velocity that it was before, and I'm sure that's affected the fish that are moving in there, because it's probably not drawing as many bait fish now without that flow, or I should say with the reduced flow that it has now. But there's other places you can fish. That 9 Mile Pier is a good location. Blossom Heath and St. Clair Shores, the point at Metro. Those are all access points that you can cast for muskies. And nice thing about muskies are it's you can cast for them in the middle of the day, or you can fish for them at night too. So if they're in and they're feeding, they're feeding. Let's see. Talk about the store a little bit here. Lots of stuff trickling in. One of the latest things for ice fishing is we are once again a Striker ice dealer. And so we've got quite a bit of Striker in there right now, and all that clothing is on sale right now. So if you want to get a really good deal, come on in, check out our selection, and the sale is going to at least be going between now and Black Friday coming up. I've also been doing a little bit of my mad scientist thing in the lab, playing around with new colors and new finishes on bead spoons for you guys. So I'm starting to build some inventory up on that. Some of your favorites from last year are coming back, and there's going to be some new stuff as well. So, stay tuned on that one. Another bit of news: if you come in, you're going to see that we are now working with Matt Dalton of Hevner Canoe and Kayak out from the Milford area, and we're going to be helping promote and sell new canoe kayaks. A lot of you guys know I started fishing out of a kayak this year out on the lake. I really enjoy it, and I'd like to help share the joy with some of you guys that might be interested in fishing with kayaks. As long as you pick your days and pick your locations, it's not bad. At least I haven't had any bad experiences yet, and hopefully I won't going forward. But I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and it's the closest thing to ice fishing that I found during the open water season. So maybe that's the reason why I enjoy it so much. But anyway, stop in, check it out. We've got some of the new canoe products in there, and I hope to be adding a lot more kayak accessories soon, at least going into the springtime. More news on our contests. Starting Monday, we will start taking fish for the free multi-species contest that we run all winter long. That's going to run starting Monday. So this is the deer opener. So starting the Monday, which is the 17th, we'll start weighing in fish for the multi-species contest. We're going to do something a little different this year. We're going to have, for prizes, we're going to have gift certificates and plaques. You guys really enjoyed those hats last year, and so this year we're going to do plaques for each one of those categories, and then you guys will be able to have a keepsake and put it up on the wall. Maybe we'll get something really cool started here. Many years ago, when I used to fish the Trap Attack circuit that used to be sponsored by Ice Team and Clam, they used to have. There wasn't any cash prizes when we first started. You were fishing for what they called fishing for the wood, and it was literally first, second, and third place. And those events got a plaque, and so that was really cool back then. I remember how hard everybody worked to get that wood, and so we're gonna bring something similar back with our multi-species contest. So we'll see how that goes, but it should be a lot of fun. And then I'm going to be working, so follow us on Facebook. Keep an eye on Facebook. We'll be letting you know when we're going to start taking entry fees for the cash big perch contest. Okay, so we'll probably start doing that next week as well. I've just got to get all the dates and everything lined up for that, get that all settled in, and then we'll start collecting money for that cash contest for the big perch. With that, I think that's all I've got this week. Good luck to all you deer hunters. Be safe up there. Looks like we got a little bit of a warm-up coming. Best fishing day this week looks like it's going to be Friday as far as the wind and everything goes. But for you deer hunters, hopefully you have good weather for the opener. It looks like it's going to be a little bit warm for you guys. I don't know if you're going to have tracking snow up north or not, but good luck, be safe, and we'll see you in at the store. Hey gang, if you like our content, hit the little subscribe button and the bell icon, and you'll be notified as soon as we put out new stuff.